All right, Jet fans, another day, another Jet loss. We fall to 0-7. Rapid reaction, Frankie from Flatbush FSPN. And not a very pleasant game to watch. A grinded out win for the Carolina Panthers, a grinded out loss for the New York Jets in this game. Tyrod Taylor took over for Justin Fields, so it looks like now the Justin Fields experiment is probably over. Neither quarterback looked very good. Tyrod went 10 for 12, 126 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks, 3 sacks, a quarterback rating of 25.9. No bueno. Justin Fields, not much better, if at all. 6 out of 12, 46 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, 59.7 rating. Basically, those 2 interceptions pulling down Tyrod's rating. Brees Hall went 11 for 38, 3.5 per carry. Rushing wise, not a lot of big holes. Teams are not afraid of our passing game, so they're stacking the box against Brees and everybody else. Our leading receiver was Tyler Johnson, 3 catches for 60 yards. Mason Taylor, 3 for 31. Of course, we missed Garrett, but the defense had its second good day. So the offense continues to struggle. We're going to make, looks like, a change at quarterback with Tyrod Taylor. Probably taking over the rest of the way, I would think. Does Brady Cook get in there? Maybe, maybe not. But the defense has now had 2 games where we held the opponent to 13 points, so that's a silver lining. Jamian Sherwood had a good game. 10 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, 1 pass defensed. Quinnen Williams had 8 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and the initial not official PFF grade of 89.9. Those don't become official till tomorrow, but if you were watching the live stream, you heard me talk about those. Brandon Stevens looked good out there. 5 tackles, 2 pass defensed. Jawan Briggs got a sack, and that looks like a good trade that we did make. Harrison Phillips as well. But overall, we just didn't get enough pressure on the quarterbacks. And even with that, I think the defensive backfield is starting to play better. Malachi Moore played pretty well, so that's a rookie getting in there. So something to look at there. But really, we got to fix this offense. The O-line hasn't looked great. The quarterbacks are holding on to the ball too much. It's a combination of those things. And if you look around the league, when quarterbacks are playing poorly, that's generally what's going on. The quarterback's holding on too long. The O-line doesn't hold up. And things look the way they've looked. We were sacked 6 times today against a team that's not really known for its sacks, although you have Nick Scourton, a young rookie, and Princely Umanian also getting in on the action. And so maybe they're starting to come of age there for the Panthers. But historically this season, they haven't really been pressuring the quarterback all that much. And then teams are going to blitz you when you pass if they're not scared of that you're going to beat their blitz. They're going to keep blitzing. They're going to load the box, and when you pass, they're going to blitz you because you haven't proven that you can handle that. If you start throwing screens and quick game and other things that get them to burn them on those blitzes, then they'll stop blitzing. It's like, So we got a lot of problems. Including a conservative head coach who, is living up to the defensive head coach cliche, where it seems like the defensive head coaches in the league are much more conservative than their offensive counterparts. And Glenn has kind of a double problem in that how can he trust this offense when they haven't proven that they can do anything, especially these quarterbacks? The counter argument to that is Justin Fields was his handpicked quarterback. So you made your bed, Mr. Glenn. Now you got to sleep with it in it for this year anyway. So it's looking like Justin Fields, as we had anticipated, probably not going to suddenly change into the pocket passer that perhaps he wants to be. But he hasn't shown an ability to do that. So the bridge quarterback situation that we thought, okay, look, we'll take a shot. Maybe we get lightning in a bottle with Fields and he turns out to be great. Well, that's not working out, so now it looks like we're going to be going into the draft once again for the quarterback. And the next 2 weeks then become very important. We're 0-7, season's over. Everybody knows that. That's that. But the next 2 weeks are important because we do have pieces that we can trade away. And we have gotten multiple reports out of the media that teams are calling about our players. And so what trades do Muji and AG make? in the next 2 weeks to stockpile some draft picks that we are going to need because, as everybody knows, we're not going to get the top tier free agents. They just don't want to come here for the most part. And so, we have to fish in that mid-level, lower level with the free agents for roster fillers. So that just leaves you with the draft. And so really important 2 weeks to stockpile these draft picks. And then, of course, a super important draft. Sucks that it's October 19th. They're already talking about the draft that doesn't happen until April. But such is the plight of the Jet fan in 2025. My name is Frankie from Flatbush. I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel or give it a like. Why not? Or join the Inner Circle. There's many, many different benefits to joining the Inner Circle. Click the join button down below to see what you get with that. And with that being said, I will see you next time.